Hi, everybody. Once again, it is player profile time, and we are joined by one of the best to ever step foot into the YSN dojo. We are joined by Chaz Ekoniak. And Chaz, a lot of people talk to you about, how do I put this? Double dipping a little bit. So
Yeah.
you're a multi-sport athlete, but what's crazy about this, Chaz, is they're at the same time. You golf and you play football. Is that challenging from you? I mean, you differ from most multi-sport athletes because usually it's football, then basketball, and baseball or track. You're doing two things at one time.
Yeah. Well, it's hard from the golf standpoint because I'm going from my football practices to my golf matches. So it's really hard to get my mind in the right place. And a lot of the times during my golf matches, I was struggling in the first couple of holes because I wasn't there mentally. And I had to rebound in the last 6 holes of the match to post a good score.
So mentally, you talked about the mental preparation for golf.
Yeah.
I have to think in my mind, there's a completely different mental capacity for football, right?
Right.
And one, you're trying to just kind of relax, be cool, be calm, collected. And the other one, you're trying to take somebody's head off. I mean, how do you go Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde?
Well, yeah, football, it's it's more easy to focus for. It's like golf. It's all mental, and one bad shot, and that could be it for you the whole day. And football, you have a lot more opportunities to fix your mistakes and pull out the win.
Now, golf is a team sport technically, but there's a
Right.
lot of individuals that
Yeah.
individualism, I guess, that goes through it. Which do you prefer? I mean, I know you love your teammates and they're some of your best friends that you have, but me, I kind of look at it now as golf's a way for me to count on me and me alone, and I don't have to worry about somebody else making a mistake. Is that kind of how you look at it as well?
Yeah. I kind of feel the same way. The thing I like about golf a lot is that you control everything. Football, you can't control if your teammate makes a mistake or what happens like that you can't control. In golf, you can control everything. That's what I enjoy about it.
All right, so let's talk about this season. You light it up again on the golf course naturally, and on the football side, you guys start 2-0. You start
Yeah,
rolling, and then some injuries start happening, and things kind of spiral out of control. Still had a decent year for given what you guys the circumstances that you were presented.
yeah.
So go Wildcats. But at the other side, you look at what could have been for you, and you out of all of this turned out to be one of the top receivers in the entire area and then obviously one of the top golfers. How do you take that success and not let it go to your head?
Well, I mean, I really never thought of it that way, but just work hard every day and really just don't think about that and just let my talents do the talking and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know how else to put it.
So, and the other part of this is you're excellent in the classroom as well. You got over a 3.9 at GPA. So, how do you? I guess the balancing act is what I'm interested most in how you do it because man, to be able to get it done on the football field and then on the links and then in the classroom, do you have time for anything else? How do you balance everything so well?
You know, well, my mom is always on me about my grades, so I have to take time out of my day to study all the time. But then I also need time to have fun and take my mind off sports for a little bit, and that's where I love to go fishing. It just relaxes me, and it's just a great uh, time to get away from everything.
All right, we'll get into the fishing in just a little bit, but let's talk about your favorite subject in school. What really keeps you coming back? What keeps your intrigue and as a junior right now?
Yeah, well, I'd say math, definitely not Spanish. Math has probably been the easiest for me. I don't even really study; it just comes to me easy. I don't know how.
Well, are you a Steeler fan?
No, I'm a
Oh,
Vikings fan.
a Vikings fan.
Yeah.
Wow, you're the guy. You're the one we've been looking for. I don't know if you caught the interview last night with Najee Harris when he got interviewed by a Spanish station.
I
I
did
mean,
see it.
that was awesome.
Yeah, it's
So,
pretty funny.
if anything, I can tell you just study Spanish a little bit more, so that way you can do those Spanish interviews. and impress us all and represent the Valley. But all right, so you like math. Is it I mean, usually if you like math, you don't like English or writing. Is that the case with you?
Yeah, I'm not the biggest writer. I suck with comprehension. That's
Really?
never been my strongest. No. Yeah.
All right, so a junior going into your second semester here.
Yeah.
You know, as we get near the holidays, talk to me about, you know, have you started looking at schools? Is that even in your wheelhouse? I imagine you want to go play something at the next level, whether it's football or golf. Are you looking at schools at this point, or are you just kind of trying to enjoy things and take it one step at a time?
As of right now, just trying to enjoy things. I'm open to anything school wise. I really don't want to limit myself to anywhere. So that's really how I'm looking at it.
Do you want to go any place in particular? I mean, you don't have to say a school, but like, do you want to, some place that has, sunshine all the time, or do you want to go to a place that has four seasons? Do you want to go to a place that has a big football team that you can enjoy, the Saturday afternoons? What is it that draws you to go to school, obviously, other than to get a nice education?
Like I look at opportunity, like when will I be able to get my opportunity, and like the senior classes, like because if there's a team that's how do I put it, like all freshman and sophomore, I wouldn't want to choose that team because I would have a lower chance of playing.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, at this point, everybody wants to go D1, but let's
Yeah,
face it, sometimes D1's tough to get. And
right.
we're not all built. I'm 5'4.5", man. I'm not built like a D1 talent. So I was at D3 Westminster. So when you think about, what you want to study, I mean, how much of that goes into it? For me, it was a lot. I wanted to be a broadcast journalism guy. And at the end of the day, that's what really drove me to where I ended up in New Wilmington. How much that goes into your decision as you looked? I mean, because you're kind of playing with house money right now. You don't have to necessarily make a decision for another year and a half. I mean,
Right.
what's going into your decision right now?
I really never really thought about what I want to do after college, but I obviously want to be somewhat involved in sports because that's really what motivates me and drives me. Uh, I don't know if I could sit at a desk all day. It just seems brutal.
It's rough, man. I couldn't do it for the longest time. Now I'm back at the desk and it's
Yeah.
even worse. But at least I get to talk about sports all day.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
so
pretty
let's talk
cool.
about fishing, man. You like fishing a ton. What's the favorite watering hole you head to?
Neshannock Creek in Valant, PA.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
close to my stomping
Yeah.
grounds.
I love trout fishing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about it kind of eases you from a mind standpoint?
Just being in nature and just there's like you're away from all technology, all social media is not around. Just the goal to catch a fish is just keeps me coming back.
What's the biggest fish you've ever caught?
The biggest trout I've ever caught is probably around a 5 pound rainbow trout. Yeah,
Wow, that's
yeah,
a
it's pretty
big
big.
trout,
Yeah.
dude. That's a real. So, do you go alone? Do you just, hey, mom, dad, leave me alone here?
Uh, you know, Two of my buddies are also big fishermen, so we always go together, and my dad always comes along too.
All right, so I see these unbelievable stories and watch YouTube all the time with they go deep sea fishing and they catch these humongous fish. Is that something that you would want to do one day?
Uh, I don't know, cause like that's like more of a charter, and those guys are getting the fish caught for them. I like the goal of going and catching it and finding the fish myself. That's kind of where I find the joy.
See, good for you, man. Because I can't. Once I get that fish on the hook, I hate getting it off. Like I
Yeah,
hate that. Oh, ugh. I can't do it. So good on you for being able to be that guy and finding peace in that. Let's talk about role models. I mean, I know you've got some great upbringing from your parents. Talk to me about how great of role models they've been for you over the course of your 16, 17 years.
yeah. Well, my dad was a football player at YSU, and obviously I look up to him a lot. Uh, yeah, he pushes me every day. He works out. He works me out all the time, and I just strive to be a better version of him.
I like that. I mean, I don't think your dad could ever argue that point. Is you want your son to be better than you ever were, and certainly he's given you the opportunities. What kind of things do you do to make yourself better? I mean, obviously you work out a ton because you have to nowadays. What other things do you do? What do you do for your mind other than fishing to kind of relax?
Uh, you know, obviously hang out with friends a lot.
You a gamer?
What?
You a gamer? You get on the sticks?
Yeah, I do play Madden sometimes, but I'm not the biggest gamer. My friends
Okay.
definitely game a lot more than I do. That's for sure.
All right. What kind of music you listen to kind of, I mean, one to kind of just what you put on in the car, or what do you listen to before a game or before a match?
Uh, I'm really open to anything. Uh, I don't really limit myself to anything. It's usually whatever my friends listen to because I don't have like a subject I just listen to. It's usually I just give the aux cord to my friend, whatever he's playing, that's fine. I don't really care.
Give me the aux cord. I love it. But you got one ticket. I'm giving you one ticket to anywhere you want to go. What concert are you going to?
Ah, man. I'm trying to sell that ticket.
Well, I just figured out your what you're going to study. You're going to be a business major,
There you
naturally.
go.
You got one ticket to one major event in the world. Let's say
Uh,
from a sports standpoint, where are
I
you
would
going?
say definitely would like to go see the Masters someday. That's always been
Really?
something I'd like to see. Yeah.
And are you setting up on hole 18, or are you following somebody around?
Jordan Spieth, I like him. He's my favorite golfer, so I'd probably follow him around most of the day.
I like it. All right, brother. Hey, that is going to do it. I greatly appreciate everything that you've done for us. I mean, you've been fun to watch. I can tell you that in the biggest of detail. And you're going to be fun to watch for another year. We're excited for you. We'll love having you on again. We loved having you on this time, man. Thanks for the chat. I appreciate it. And let's not be strangers. Let's keep it up over the
All
next
right.
year or so. All right, brother.
Yep. Thank you.
You got it.